Most men think attraction is built in the obvious moments, the compliments, the looks, the things you say when you are trying to impress. But the truth is, the moments that matter most are the ones where you are not trying at all. And most men have no idea what she is actually picking up on during those moments. What you are about to hear is not about techniques or lines. This is about the psychological reality of what makes a woman feel something deep and lasting for a man. And once you understand it, you will never approach connection the same way again. Number 1, your presence speaks before your words do. In the first few seconds of any close interaction, women are not processing your words. They are reading your energy, your tone, the way you carry yourself, whether you seem comfortable in your own skin or whether you are quietly looking for her approval. Most men walk into intimate moments already performing, already trying to manage how they come across, and she feels that, not consciously, but it registers as a subtle tension that sits underneath everything else. And tension is the enemy of attraction. The men who create the deepest impressions are not the ones who say the most impressive things. They are the ones whose presence feels settled, grounded, like they have nothing to prove because they already know who they are. That quality cannot be faked. It can only be developed. And when she feels it, she responds to it in ways she often cannot explain. Number 2. What she feels in your silence matters more than what you say. Most men are terrified of silence. They rush to fill every gap with words because they are afraid the moment will lose momentum. But that rush communicates something she picks up on immediately. It says, you are not comfortable unless she is giving you constant feedback. And that dependence on her reaction is one of the fastest ways to reduce your value in her eyes. Silence, when it comes from a man who is genuinely comfortable, creates a completely different effect. It tells her that you are not performing for her approval, that you are present because you choose to be, not because you need something from her. And that distinction shifts the entire dynamic. She stops evaluating and starts feeling, because when there is no pressure coming from you, she has space to experience what is actually happening between you. A man who can sit in stillness with a woman and not feel the need to fill every second with noise is rare, and rarity is attractive. Number 3, consistency over time is more powerful than any single moment. One strong impression can spark interest, but it is the pattern of how you show up that determines whether that interest grows into something deeper. This is where most men lose ground without realizing it. They fluctuate, overly attentive one day, then distant the next, intensely present, then suddenly withdrawn without explanation. From the inside, this might feel like maintaining mystery, but from her side, it creates emotional instability. And the human brain is wired to pull back from things that feel unpredictable in a negative way. When your behavior is consistent, when your energy is the same, whether things are going well or not. When she cannot catch you performing differently based on how she responds. Something shifts in how she sees you. Her nervous system relaxes around you, and that relaxation is not accidental. It is a psychological response to feeling safe with someone. And safety is one of the most powerful drivers of deep, long-term attraction. Number 4. She is not evaluating your words. She is reading your internal state. In moments of closeness, her emotional filters shift. She becomes less focused on the logical content of what you say and more sensitive to the subtle signals underneath. Your tone, your pacing, whether your energy feels certain or uncertain, whether you seem like you are leading the moment or quietly hoping she will. If your internal state is anxious or needy, that comes through even when your words seem confident. She may not be able to articulate exactly what feels off, but she will feel it, and that feeling will quietly begin to work against you. On the other hand, when your internal state is calm and assured, it creates an atmosphere she can settle into. She stops being a critic and starts being present. And when a woman is fully present with you without resistance or evaluation, The connection that forms is far deeper than anything that could be manufactured through the right words. Number 5. Neediness kills what confidence builds. There is a specific feeling that enters a dynamic when a man is relying on her reaction to feel good about himself. She may not name it, she may not even be fully conscious of it, but she experiences it as a kind of low-level pressure. The sense that she is somehow responsible for managing his emotional state, and that pressure is exhausting. It does not make her want to give more. It makes her want to pull back. A man who is internally centered does not need her validation to stay grounded. He is not adjusting his entire energy based on whether she smiled or did not smile, responded warmly or seemed distant. He remains anchored in himself regardless of the feedback he is or is not receiving. And that internal independence is deeply attractive because it communicates one thing clearly. He is here because he wants to be, not because he needs to be. When she senses that she stops feeling managed and starts feeling chosen, and being chosen by someone who does not need you is far more meaningful than being needed by someone who cannot function without you. Number 6. The emotional imprint you leave is what she carries with her. What she remembers about her time with you is not a list of things you said or did. It is a feeling, the emotional atmosphere you created, the state she was in while she was with you, and that feeling follows her after the moment ends. If what she experienced was calm and grounded and real, her memory of you becomes tied to that state. When she encounters other men, and those interactions feel more chaotic or uncertain or emotionally demanding, her mind naturally returns to the standard you set, not because she is consciously comparing, but because the contrast is felt. This is how a lasting impression forms, not through effort to impress, but through the consistent quality of how you made her feel when it actually mattered. Number 7. Attraction is not something you perform. It is something you embody. The men who stand out in a woman's life are not the ones who chased the hardest or spoke the most convincingly. They are the ones who consistently showed up the same way, regardless of the outcome. Grounded in themselves, clear in their intentions, comfortable with silence, unbothered by her tests, present without pressure. That consistency is not a strategy. It is a standard. And when you hold that standard in every interaction, small or significant, it compounds over time into something she cannot easily find elsewhere. What makes a woman never look at another man the same way is not a phrase or a technique. It is the emotional experience she had with you over time. When that experience felt safe and real and grounded, it creates a reference point in her mind that other connections struggle to reach. Build that, not for her, for yourself. Because a man who is that grounded does not just attract women differently, he moves through every area of his life differently. Subscribe to Silent Mindset for more content on male psychology, self-mastery, and understanding what actually drives attraction beneath the surface.